Coming up on Retirement Made Simple, women face some unique challenges as they prepare for retirement, including key decisions on Social Security. Katie will share some essential Social Security claiming strategies for women preparing for the next phase of life. Retirement Made Simple starts right now.
This is Retirement Made Simple with E.A. Buck. E.A. Buck focuses on finances, preservation, and retirement. Led by Chief Executive Officer Katie Buck and Chief Investment Officer Jeff Buck, E.A. Buck helps you grow and preserve what you've worked a lifetime to build. Each week, Katie and Jeff help you tackle some of the biggest challenges in retirement, including retirement planning, retirement taxes, wealth management, Social Security, and navigating federal benefits. Welcome to Retirement Made Simple.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm Amy Sharp here with Katie Buck. Today we're excited to combine two important topics that are top of mind for many of you, our viewers: Social Security and women's wealth. Women now account for over half of Social Security beneficiaries, and those numbers are growing each year. So it's clear that women are relying more on their Social Security benefits than men. This is an important topic, Katie. I know one that a lot of people are really going to perk their ears up about, because there's so many decisions to make when it comes to Social Security, and then women's wealth involved in that as well.
And it applies to everybody. I mean, you don't get out of this decision at the end of the day. When we're planning for our retirements, there typically, for most retirees, are really only two pillars: what you personally have been able to build and your Social Security claim. The third pillar started to disappear years ago, which was pension incomes. How important is it, Amy? 30% of the income for an average American family is going to come from Social Security. But women in particular, 42% of them, half of their income comes from Social Security. Think about that for a minute.
There's a lot to think about when you have to make those big decisions, and that's when the conversation of strategies, having those right strategies in place, especially for female retirees, as we're really focusing in on. What does that look like?
Well, if you're going to receive half of your retirement income from Social Security, you should put some pretty serious thought into it. I had a couple that came in and was working with us recently, Eric and Nancy, and pretty typical, right? She worked in the medical profession, and he owned a small business, a gas station, and he was the primary breadwinner. And we were going through the conversation, and they wanted to skip right on to, okay, what stocks do I buy? And exactly, how much income can I take out from my retirement? I said, hey, time out, guys. Let's back up and let's really think about the Social Security decision. When Eric was delaying getting into Social Security conversations, I asked him why, and he thought, well, it's pretty simple, right? We just make a claim. And I said, it's not, for a variety of different reasons. And so as we thought about this progressively and the impact it was going to have, not only for Eric, but as I pointed out, for his wife, Nancy, he really started to value the couple hours we spent on deciding on what Social Security claim would make the most sense for them.
Okay, you said back up, and I think that's really what we always have to do, is kind of back up and really take a bigger picture view, have a trusted professional help us along the way. What do Eric and Nancy need to be thinking about as they move forward?
Well, so I pointed out to the couple first, they were not going to receive any pensions, right? So we had no guaranteed income stream, and Eric was so used to working hard, right? He'd go to work every day, and the business would be profitable, and he could take income off of it. I said, Eric, you're going to retire and you're going to sell the business. So we need to get an income stream somewhere else. And Social Security was one of the first ways to do it. The second thing I pointed out to them was that Nancy was a little bit younger. And when you couple that with the longevity realities that women are living longer, Social Security, because it was going to be a primary income stream for them, we really needed to consider how we could maximize the benefits potentially to Nancy. I pointed out to Eric, I said, hey, there's no do-overs on this one, so you need to get it right. The thing with Social Security is when you make the claim, you don't get to come back later and make a different decision. And so much of our life, you can make different choices with. When my dad retired from the university, he went up and worked at Grand Teton National Park, for example. We bought him the RV, and he checked in and was going to be a park ranger. after a few glacial showers early morning, he quickly packed back up and changed his mind. You don't do that with Social Security. You make a claim, it's going to pay you for the next 20 or 30 years, so the decisions need to be right. If that didn't get Eric's attention, this one did, which was, Eric, you paid into it for 40 years. It's probably the longest investment you have ever made. So let's get the value out for you. And finally, Eric, you care about your wife. So we need to really think about how those benefits can be passed on to her.
Are people surprised when they come in, sit down with your team, how many decisions there are to make, how complex it can be? Do they think it's just as simple as turning it on and getting it started?
I think so too. The complexity in the decisions, because they're not everyday language, right? You don't go to your dinner table and sit down and say, oh, let's talk about the retirement plan, right? Or what happened with Social Security this year. These are things and narratives, even though we all deal with money. I'd like to say it's not growing on trees. We need to make sure we have intentional time put aside each year where we can talk about our financial plan and our changing needs. And once you're able to really understand those components of it, then you can let it go for the rest of the year and get on with living life. But these dollars that you have, you've only got one bucket of it, so it better last.
I liked what you said about, you get one chance at this, you don't get a do-over. You want that to be the same with retirement as well. No do-overs for sure. Okay, great conversation. We've got more to come. It's certainly a complex topic, a serious choice we all must make when planning our Social Security. After the break, Katie will share 3 key Social Security claiming strategies. Stay tuned.
On the surface, your retirement plan might look solid. With your 401k or IRA, Social Security, investments, and insurance coverage, you appear to have it all covered. But what could you be missing? Below the surface, is your retirement exposed to too much risk? It's time for a deeper dive into your portfolio. We can help you uncover the risk that lies beneath the surface and learn about strategies to help preserve your savings. Get your free risk analysis today.
When it comes to planning for the future, time may not always be on your side. Think about your taxes. Tax rates are historically low right now, but they'll likely be higher in the future. Our current tax rates are set to expire in just a few short years. With the right planning and strategy, you might be able to cut your tax bill in the years to come. But don't wait until it's too late to take advantage of today's lower tax rates. Let us be your partner in planning for tomorrow so you can enjoy your retirement today.
How does your future look in retirement? When you don't have a strategy, the future might look a little fuzzy. But with someone asking the right questions and helping you learn where you truly stand, it can become easier to work towards your goals. You need a plan to help generate income that will last as long as you need it. And the first step to creating an income plan is an analysis of where you are now. Let us help you bring your retirement into focus with your free income analysis today.
Planning for retirement can be complicated. Helping create income that lasts, making sure your health care is covered, investing while managing risk, and don't forget about taxes. If you're overwhelmed, you're not alone. The good news is we have what you need to give you confidence to start planning for your ideal retirement, all in one convenient resource. You'll get answers to some of your biggest retirement questions in this easy-to-understand, practical resource. And best of all, there's no cost to you. Take the first step toward a confident retirement and get yours today.
Welcome back to Retirement Made Simple. Here today with Katie Buck, the CEO of EA Buck Financial Services, talking about the importance of Social Security and women's wealth, how those two things go together. You gave us a lot of great insight in our last segment, and now you're going to take us through sort of some strategies that we need to be thinking about.
I'm so passionate about this topic, and I think it was inspired because I had great role models. I grew up in a really traditional family, Amy, and my dad did an amazing job of taking care of mom. And mom didn't have to worry about the finances as a result of that. And thankfully, that really de-stressed the situation for us. When I look at what my parents got to live through, and again, as they pursued an amazing retirement, how I go to work every day and get to help other families do it is pretty cool. When it came down to the Social Security choice, though, it was really critical for my family. And I think the decision, because it's that one time and really knowing the nuances of it, can make a big difference. So I'm excited to dive into them with you today.
I can hear the passion. I know our viewers can as well. So let's get right into it. Tell us about some of the tips you have for claiming the Social Security benefits.
Well, the question I get most often is, do I claim now or do I delay getting the benefit? And I joke with everybody, it's the easiest decision in the world if you can just tell me how long you're going to live, right?
Right.
The longevity risk that exists with Social Security is quite real, but let's understand a couple of the rules around it. Social Security, you can start as early as age 62. Now, here's the kicker though. If you start Social Security early, you're going to take a reduction on it. How much? You could lose almost 30% to a haircut. And not only that, many people when they're 62, well, they're still working. So Social Security, if you claim early, also could be subject to an earnings test loss. So think twice is what I tell everybody if you're going to start at 62. If you wait till full retirement age, though, there's no haircut and you can continue working. So if you love what you do like you do, maybe you just keep at it. And then you can double dip. You can get your Social Security check and still have your pay. Last, there is some significant rewards to delaying your Social Security. Investors come in all the time looking for wonderful return opportunities. And one of the ways you can get those is on your Social Security check. It's 8% per year guaranteed, well, meaning what the government's going to pay you, if you delay your benefits to age 70. So that means you could get a 132% increase on your Social Security benefits if you decide to delay. The last point I tie all this up with is that it's not just about your benefit when you start the claim, but keep in mind they're going to give you a cost of living adjustment, right? And those benefits are going to go up through time. So when they increase, if you start with more, the benefits later can be more significant, especially for those what years? Those no-go years.
Yes.
You got it.
Okay. How are you talking to couples? What does that conversation look like as they're going about claiming their benefits so that they get the most out of it and really just helping them understand it on a basic level?
Well, we were talking about Eric and Nancy before, and I remember she was a little bit younger, right? So one of the things we really did with that couple is we actually had Nancy claim benefits a bit ahead of time so that she could receive those while she was still working and he was still running the business. But we delayed Eric's benefits till 70. By delaying those, he was getting that 8% increase like we just talked about. But here's the fun part. Because survivor benefits, if your spouse's benefits are bigger than yours and they happen to pass first, you can make a claim on their benefits and switch later, which is really pretty cool. Couple things to keep in mind, though, for you to qualify for survivor. You need to be married at least 9 months, so no Vegas weddings here, okay? You have an opportunity, if you did lose your spouse early, to claim them as early as age 60. And if you do lose that spouse and you're going to make a survivor benefit claim, make sure you don't remarry unless you marry up, because it's going to be the benefits of who your current partner is that you're going to be able to make the claim on. So all of those factors go into the decision making, and maybe like Eric and Nancy, you claim one early and let the other one grow, and then for her benefit later, she can switch to his.
Okay, maybe another kind of a more tough topic when it comes to thinking about life, how it is. What if we are divorced? What if we get a divorce? What happens to our Social Security benefits?
Well, when those unfortunate moments happen, right, and none of us plan for it, but if it is going to be a reality in your life, divorcees also have a chance to look at Social Security benefits, not only on what their personal record is, they can also look at potentially on the divorced spouse's benefits. And when life doesn't go to plan, you want to know what your options are, right? Now, I joke if we're ever dealing with a couple that's going through that, you need to get to the 10-year mark. So if you're going to divorce him at 9.5 years and he's got great benefits, maybe stick around a little longer. Kidding. But if you need to get there, you might want to consider it. Your ex-spouse, for you to make the claim, has to be at least age 62. And your ex-spouse is not going to get notified again if you decide to make a claim on those benefits. Keep in mind, if you're divorced, again, marry up if you're going to get remarried. Because if you'd like to make a claim on your previous partner, you cannot be remarried and then go back to the original partner.
I can see people taking notes right now on this very topic. Like, keep this in mind too. Anything else we need to think about when it comes to Social Security?
You know, the last thing that I believe is worth the discussion is Social Security is also available for children that lose their parents. And while that's awful and very tough to go through, sadly, if you're in that state and under age 18, you're able to receive, I think it's around 3/4 of the amount of the parent's benefit. And it's pretty cool. It's tax-free as long as it's given for your well-being. And so it's one of the nice loopholes in the ways that our government takes care of spouses, widows, and children.
Okay, thank you so much. Important information as always. Straight ahead, we'll put Katie to the test in our round of Retirement IQ. And later, Katie shares some simple, actionable steps you can take to help you find ways to improve your situation. Stay with us.
How does your future look in retirement? When you don't have a strategy, the future might look a little fuzzy. But with someone asking the right questions and helping you learn where you truly stand, it can become easier to work towards your goals. You need a plan to help generate income that will last as long as you need it. And the first step to creating an income plan is an analysis of where you are now. Let us help you bring your retirement into focus with your free income analysis today.
Planning for retirement can be complicated. Helping create income that lasts, making sure your health care is covered, investing while managing risk, and don't forget about taxes. If you're overwhelmed, you're not alone. The good news is we have what you need to give you confidence to start planning for your ideal retirement, all in one convenient resource. You'll get answers to some of your biggest retirement questions in this easy-to-understand, practical resource. And best of all, there's no cost to you. Take the first step toward a confident retirement and get yours today.
On the surface, your retirement plan might look solid. With your 401k or IRA, Social Security, investments, and insurance coverage, you appear to have it all covered. But what could you be missing? Below the surface, is your retirement exposed to too much risk? It's time for a deeper dive into your portfolio. We can help you uncover the risk that lies beneath the surface and learn about strategies to help preserve your savings. Get your free risk analysis today.
When it comes to planning for the future, time may not always be on your side. Think about your taxes. Tax rates are historically low right now, but they'll likely be higher in the future. Our current tax rates are set to expire in just a few short years. With the right planning and strategy, you might be able to cut your tax bill in the years to come. But don't wait until it's too late to take advantage of today's lower tax rates. Let us be your partner in planning for tomorrow so you can enjoy your retirement today.
And now it's time to put our knowledge to the test with this week's Retirement IQ. And if you've been listening to the show, sometimes, not always, these questions may reference back to something Katie has talked about already. Are you ready for this?
Ready as ever.
Have you been listening to yourself? Right? Are you prepared? Okay, here's the first one. How much of someone's annual earnings does Social Security replace on average?
So this is the one we were talking about a little bit earlier. For the average family, 30%, right? For half of women, almost 40% of it. So it grows more substantial, I think, to women watching this program because of their dependency on it. It really adds, though, into the effects of how we're going to build that retirement plan because the amount of money you get in Social Security is going to determine how much you can take from the rest of those assets, right? You don't want to run out of money in retirement. I think it's one of the largest concerns that retirees face. So if we compare the income coming out of Social Security with the income coming from the retirement plans, this can give the couple and the individual more than enough to be comfortable with.
Okay, we are off to a great start. Question number 2. What was the average life expectancy when Social Security was passed?
You know, I had to look this one up.
Let's see if you got it right.
Well,
It's a trick question, sort of.
What caught me off guard, Amy, though, was I thought people were living longer, and they weren't. So when we started Social Security, it was men age 58 and women age 62.
That's right.
And you can see why maybe Social Security is running out of money these days. We're living so much longer, and the dependency upon this resource for most families, as we just talked about, is pretty substantial.
Those numbers are interesting to hear about from years gone by. Okay, question number 3. Women make up what % of Social Security survivor beneficiaries?
This one floored me as well. 95% of Social Security beneficiaries are women. We were speaking about the realities that women are likely to 80 to 90% of the time be solely responsible for their financial situation. So it totally just makes sense that 95% of the beneficiaries are women.
We talked about a lot about Social Security, so if people were listening back, they might have caught on that one. But okay, 95%, big number. All right, here is another one for you. At what age will your Social Security payment max out?
You can delay those benefits, as we are sharing, up to age 70, but no further. When you are rewarded for delaying the benefits to age 70, you get that 8% step increase, which is pretty cool. Working with a professional such as EA Buck Financial Services, we can run you a custom Social Security analysis so we can show you the claiming strategy options and really how much that can add up. Sitting down and having that plan in writing to go home with, then you can discuss as a couple and decide which one is the right fit for you.
Maybe you said that, maybe you said this and I missed it, but full retirement age is actually based on when you were born. And if you don't start taking those benefits, the amount will continue to increase. So that's something to add in there as well. When you're born, that's that number.
It does. It's a moving target. And of course, we need to pay attention to what Washington is doing because full retirement is up to them. And funding into the Social Security starts obviously with the beginning of your first earnings record. The amount that we've been paying in through the years to Social Security has also been changing, so it hasn't been a static amount for all of these years. Looking at the deficit inside of the Social Security pot and the need for it to persist, there's a strong likelihood that all of us will be paying in a little bit more, and those benefits might take us a little longer to get to. So being able to receive this resource is quite a privilege, and making sure, again, it's maximized for yourself and your family is something you just want to pay attention to.
We got a little bit of time left here. If you were to quiz our viewers on anything else remaining with Social Security, what would it be?
So if I were asking all of you today for a key takeaway, I would ask, are your Social Security benefits transferable if you're a survivor? And I hope you were listening because yes, they are. Now remember, you have to be able to be married for a period of at least 10 years to be able to make those claims. So ensure again that you're thinking not only for yourself, but for your spouse when you're considering what benefits you want to take advantage of.
I don't think anybody's going to forget that piece. Not 9.5 years, 10 years. Katie made that very clear. All right. Thank you so much, Katie. Still to come, you'll learn some of the simple steps you can take today to help you avoid common financial mistakes. Retirement Made Simple continues right after this.
Planning for retirement can be complicated. Helping create income that lasts, making sure your health care is covered, investing while managing risk, and don't forget about taxes. If you're overwhelmed, you're not alone. The good news is we have what you need to give you confidence to start planning for your ideal retirement, all in one convenient resource. You'll get answers to some of your biggest retirement questions in this easy-to-understand, practical resource. And best of all, there's no cost to you. Take the first step toward a confident retirement and get yours today.
On the surface, your retirement plan might look solid. With your 401k or IRA, Social Security, investments, and insurance coverage, you appear to have it all covered. But what could you be missing? Below the surface, is your retirement exposed to too much risk? It's time for a deeper dive into your portfolio. We can help you uncover the risk that lies beneath the surface and learn about strategies to help preserve your savings. Get your free risk analysis today.
How does your future look in retirement? When you don't have a strategy, the future might look a little fuzzy. But with someone asking the right questions and helping you learn where you truly stand, it can become easier to work towards your goals. You need a plan to help generate income that will last as long as you need it. And the first step to creating an income plan is an analysis of where you are now. Let us help you bring your retirement into focus with your free income analysis today.
Welcome back to our show. It's been a really important conversation today. We've had a powerful and revealing show to help you consider one of the most important decisions of your retirement years. Social Security, as we've learned today, it's a decision that can have a major impact on women in retirement. I can't imagine packing more into this show, but I know you do have more for our viewers, kind of as a takeaway today for our show.
You know, I'm just so glad we slowed down to think about Social Security through the woman's perspective. The decisions they're going to make, especially if you're getting ready to make this claim, is about taking an action right away. As I said, no do-overs, so we need to think about this. How can they help get started? Two things, Amy. One, let's get that Social Security brochure in your hands. Go ahead and order that from us so you can get the rules in writing, because you probably forgot a lot of what I've talked about. And then secondarily, let's schedule a meeting with one of our financial advisors so we can do your custom Social Security forecast and begin to develop the outcomes together.
Once they've scheduled that meeting, what do they need to be thinking about bringing to the table when they sit down with your team? I do believe that's a big question a lot of people have. They don't know where to start, how to kind of initiate that meeting on their end.
Well, we've had everything show up before, literally drawers full of documents that get dumped under my table, and even one guy brought a treasure map, quite literally.
A treasure map?
Yes, I
Tell us more, please.
You know, he was good enough to come in, and we were looking through the normal financial statements, and he said, I have plenty of money. And I said, well, where is it? And he unfolded the treasure map of
Unfolded it like a treasure map. Okay.
With X's and dots, and he had buried his wealth in his backyard. And so it was a little bit disconcerting, of course, but you know, I guess we've seen everything, and we can help individuals no matter what you're coming with. I think the important part is it's about getting started. If you have your Social Security estimate, that definitely would help in this conversation, your tax return, and of course your financial statements, even if they're just a treasure map.
That brings new meaning to the concept of someone who used to kind of stash the cash underneath the mattress. That was probably something, like you said, you'd never heard before. He laid out the map, but it was safe for him. He felt it was safe.
It was, you know, we didn't offer him a metal detector, but we were able to figure out with his personal finances, wherever they were in his backyard, the decisions that were going to help him.
So that's a conversation where you say to each their own, women or men, right?
Absolutely. Whatever it takes to make retirement simple.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Katie. The great insight as always. Now, if you feel overwhelmed by all the financial decisions you're facing in retirement, Katie and the team at EA Buck Financial Services, they're here to walk you through your options so you can spend your time doing what you love with the people who matter most to you. EA Buck Financial Services helps make the complex simple, putting the financial focus on you. For Katie and the team at EA Buck, I'm Amy Sharp. Have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you right back here next time.